DeAnna KTV, and we are here live and direct with my special guest, Miss Candice. And my girl has a book out, y'all. Round of applause for the book, okay? The Secrets of Spirituality. Woo! Man. So, we're going to get into it. I'm going to allow her to introduce herself and let her tell y'all about her profession.
Hey y'all, I am Candice, aka Queen Gemini, and I am a tarot reader, a spiritual advisor, and obviously an author.
Congratulations
Thank
on
you.
Your book.
I appreciate it.
So, first and foremost, what even inspired you to write your book?
Well, one of my biggest reasons was for me being a tarot reader. It was like I had so many people that would jump in my inbox and ask me so many questions. And most of the time it would be the same question. So I'm like, you know what? I need to put like a guide or something together where I could go ahead and put it out there, something else and multiple streams, bringing another income in too. Like, I'm like, but at the same time, I'm helping and teaching people. So that was like one of the things that inspired me. I'm able to spread the word a little bit better too. Like, I don't know, it could reach so many people, doing it through a book. So that and I don't know, like how they say as a kid, like we dream to be certain things. Like that was one of the things that I used to do too. And that, like, far as I said, I always would line my stuffed animals up and I would act like I'm teaching them, and that's like something I always wanted to do. So, and I'm teaching, on top of
it, kind of went hand in hand. Writing a book, teaching. You got your audience, you got your class.
Yep.
How was it, or what was the feeling that you got from the feedback from your book?
I be laughing at myself. It's because I do something and then I don't know, like it's like I don't even notice what I done.
Right.
So it took me a minute. It took a minute, like, to hit and like, dang, like you really wrote a book.
Like, girl,
like what? And it took, like, I guess, like it took. My mom was like, I'm like so proud of you. And it kind of like kicked in, like, oh dang. You did it.
Yeah, like, girl, okay, you got a book out here.
Right.
So congratulations again.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
We gonna get more into the book. We definitely gonna get into the book. But before we can get into the book, we gotta kind of ask the main question.
Mm-hmm.
What made you start your spiritual journey? Because clearly something happened way before your book, before you to be like, get this information, get that guidance, and get that knowledge. So what started your spiritual journey?
So, actually, like, okay, so what I do and what I teach, this is kind of how I would explain. Like, I was in a relationship, and me being a Gemini is kind of learned through relationship. We represent the love tarot card in a tarot deck. So we learn our lessons through relationship, and we also teach. So, and then when you go through a spiritual awakening, it's always something traumatic, for real, that kind of like pushes it into like your awakening. And mine was a relationship. I was dealing with somebody, and when I say that nigga, it was putting me through hell, it was traumatizing. But after I dealt with that, like, I went through like my spiritual awakening. Like, I started like studying more. I got into like readings and stuff, but the readings put me into like the spiritual aspect of it. Mm-hmm. You always gotta go through something that's gonna put you in that spiritual aspect, and that's what it was. It was like a breakup, and also my house had flooded around that time too, and it was just like trauma on top of trauma. Like
you would, what people be like, if it ain't one thing,
it's another. When I say it was crazy, it was like boom, boom, boom. I got hit by a semi during that time. So
don't spill all the tea. Don't spill all the tea just yet. Don't spill all, because I do got some questions about your semi truck incident, because I read the book, of course, guys. I had to read the book to know some information. So I can dish y'all the tea, because I'm going to dish y'all the tea without no research. That's y'all problem. Y'all be doing your research. You just be running your mouth. But during your spiritual journey, during your spiritual awakening, how did you deal with losing family and friends? Because anybody I ever hear or talk about like just going through changes and like spiritual things, like you always gotta let baggage go. You always gotta separate yourself from certain things and certain people, and certain situations always reveal who should come with you to that next level and who you should be like, okay, our time is up actually.
Right.
So how
So
was it losing family and friends?
I ain't gonna lie, it was hard, but at the same time, I know it was very much needed. It took me a while. I went through what they call a karmic loop, where I kept doing the same thing over and over again. And spirit kept showing me every single time, like, this person is not worthy of you. These people don't deserve to be in your presence, type thing. Like, and I kept going back because I'm like believing. That was one of my biggest things. I wanted to believe that that person would have some type of good. I didn't want to see the bad. So that was a big lesson that I had to learn. And once I got that lesson, it wasn't nothing for me to cut a person off.
So, yep, you know what? So many red flags, I'm out.
Yep.
Okay. So, what's the most important thing that you learned during your journey?
Learning how to see myself in others. Like, and what I mean by that, like, not being so judgmental. Like, I could always be in somebody else's shoes. It's been plenty of times before I kind of went on my journey, I said never, and spirit was like, I bet you. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, never say never. Yeah, like laughing at somebody else's pain. Yeah, it's like you laughing now. Same thing to make you laugh will make you cry. Right. Situation.
Yep.
What inspired you to write your book, The Secrets of Spirituality?
Like I kind of said, like being able to teach and get a message across. Like, I ain't gonna lie, something else to check off my checklist of things to doing too. Like, I was happy to do something like this. Like, yeah, I had thought about it before, and I should have went through with it, but that little fear kept me from doing it. And when the opportunity presented itself again, I'm like, yep, I'm jumping on it. So,
period. Yeah, not too many opportunities gonna keep on coming.
Right, right.
You gotta take them, or they're gonna pass when they you come. By. Yeah. Right. You be like, damn, I wish I would have just, or what would you say to someone who thinks a spiritual journey is all love and light? Like, they think spiritual people are supposed to be like, oh, flowers and roses.
I mean, it is a season of that. You be thinking like, oh, this is it, right? And spirit be like, not. But no, it definitely ain't. The spiritual journey alone is to teach you how to master your emotions, master handling certain situations. Like, so you're gonna go through some shit. You're gonna be tried. Like, people gonna test you. You know what I'm saying? And what they say, the devil uses everyone. So it's gonna be your friends, it's gonna be your family. Like, it's gonna be your closest ones, from kids to your lover. Like, so you definitely gonna be tried. You definitely gonna go through some shit for real. Like, and how you come over it, I promise you, it's always on the other side. You get that level up of spiritual, and you even get to glow a little bit more too. So yeah, it ain't all love and light.
Definitely not. I mean, life ain't even love and all light. So you gotta go through those storms, but it's always a rainbow at the end of the tunnel.
For sure.
What would you say to some people, or to people who believe spiritual people do not believe in God? So that's a big one.
It is.
Because a lot of people, oh my gosh, you worship the devil and you don't believe in God. Like, girl.
So for one, like, I had a lot of that when I came out about me doing tarot readings. A lot of people jump in my inbox. People wanted to call me the devil. People wanted to bring up the fact, oh, your mama was a preacher. What is you doing? They wanted to shame me so bad. And I used to reply back like, to certain people, I used to be like, how are you judging me and you married sleeping around? Like, I used to, like, because I used to be so mad, like, you coming for me, but I'm not doing half of what y'all doing.
Like you don't want to sin in, and you worry
right.
about
But
your own sin.
right, let me do what I do. But my thing is, if it's such devilish things, why do I spread so much light? You know what I'm saying? Why do I help so many people? You know what I'm saying? Why have so many people accomplish starting businesses and bettering themselves, letting go of things no longer they serve them? Like, if I was such the devil, then why am I doing all that? Why ain't I out here putting voodoo and spells on people that didn't hurt me? You know what I'm saying? I actually didn't help people that hurt me. So where's the devil at in that? You know what I'm saying? I know there's a higher power. I know it's a God. I just don't do religion. You know, it's a big difference. Like, and people be getting it twisted. Like, I ain't never say I ain't believe. I'd be a fool.
So, in doing tarot readings and helping people get to that next elevation, what advice would you give to someone who probably did not get clarity after getting a reading, and not necessarily from you, just speaking in general? If they have got a reading from someone and then after the fact they're still like, I'm even more discombobulated, or I still don't know what to do.
So sometimes I advise people to make sure they pay attention to the actual reading, if it's a recording or something like that to that extent. But sometimes you have to go home and you have to sit in peace and quiet. You don't know what to do is because it's like you got so many thoughts coming through your mind and you have to take time out to actually sit with yourself, ask yourself where you stand and what it is that you really want. Because I don't care if you do go to a tarot reader, at the end of the day, you have to make a decision. It ain't so much that you confused off of the reading, you confused about what decision you want to make. You know what I'm saying? Because the guidance is always going to be given through. They're going to tell you. But it's up to you to say, all right, I'm done. Or all right, I'm about to take that leap of faith. Or, you know what I'm saying? So I don't believe the confusion really be within self. So it's a need for you to meditate. It's a need for you to sit down with yourself and be like, all right, I need to know what it is that I truly want. You know?
I need to figure out what I really want. Yeah. To be honest with myself.
Because the tarot reader is not supposed to tell you what to do. They're supposed to give you spiritual guidance, inform you when you're asking for certain things. If they're coming, spirit is working with you. That's it's only for guidance. Like, and they give a little bit of advice, but it's up to you to make that decision and do what you need to do. Like,
and I think that's probably like one of the misconceptions about getting readings, because I think a lot of people go and get the readings and they think like, she's gonna have all the answers. She or he's gonna know what I'm supposed to do.
Right.
And then if it's not what, like you said, if you're ready for that acceptance to let certain things go or to move on, you will still hold on to it. You're like, oh, now you don't know, or now you confused more, or even if you're not confused more, at the end of the day, I think some people be looking for like, just tell me what I need to do. Remember, look, some people be like, look, I ain't trying to figure that shit out by myself.
Right.
I just need you ever heard somebody say, hey, I just said it myself before. Like, I done went through stuff, and I just be like, I just want God to come sit right here next
and
to me
tell me what I'm supposed to be doing.
What I'm supposed to do? Don't give me no more hints. Don't do none of that. I need live and direct. I need you to be in my face like, girl, this, and this. This is the motherfucking steps to get you to the vision that you see. And I think that's what people be wanting, when in actuality, like you said, you got to go home. You got to go sit down. You got to go be honest with yourself, because at the end of the day, don't nobody know you better than you.
Right.
And if you don't know yourself better than anybody else, then that's the first problem right there.
Exactly.
So I definitely would agree with that, because
I feel like people kind of get it misconstrued. Like, God is within, right? And we're not supposed to lean on the material thing, or these are just tools. The Bible is a tool. The tarot cards is a tool. All of them is just tools. The answer is always going to be within. But there's always going to be spiritual guidance there. You know what I'm saying? You got your angel numbers. You got, you know what I'm saying? People, they get downloads differently, So, but it's always within.
Speaking of within, you did mention earlier about how your mom is a pastor.
Mm.
And I know for a lot of people who, went through a spiritual journey, especially if they come from a family of religion, how hard it is to really make that decision because you've literally been taught your whole life one thing. Man. And that unlearning stage is such a difficult stage. My question for you is, how did you accept your spirituality, your spiritual gifts, knowing you grew up as a Christian with a pastor mother in a church home?
So, I'm not gonna lie, it was like a breakup. Like I cried. I'm like, I kept saying, are you doing the right thing? But I'm not gonna lie, I ain't never felt like this never before with no other religion or nothing. I went to church almost every single day of the week growing up, and I never felt nothing until I tapped into this. You know what I'm saying? So, but at first, just because of how I was raised, I felt like I was betraying my mom. I'm like, the family about to hate me.
You just was about to like stir the pot, bitch. I'm about to throw the hot grits out this motherfucker.
You know, your family's already be talking shit. They're gonna be like, she a witch. Bill's child is a witch.
She's doing that shit over there.
Yeah, she over there burning sage. So yeah, I was terrified.
With that conflict, what made you go against your mother? Because in your book, you guys have to get her book. Can you tell everybody how they can order your book first and foremost?
You definitely can copy it off of Amazon, and if you know me personally, you in my city, you can contact me or see me, and I got it too. But yeah.
Yes, make sure y'all get her book. Get her book, y'all. Y'all need to get the book. I read the book. The book was amazing. So, pulling something from the book, you talked about your mom being a pastor. You talked about your Christian background. In your book, you told your mother basically informed you. I don't want to give all the tea, but your mom basically informed you not to do tarot cards. Your mom told you not to do it. Yeah. What made you go against your mom when she told you not to do it?
So,
as far as the readings go,
I mean, because the more I had tapped into it, I just feel like more connected, and I felt like I had a calling. She told me not to do it, and I went off and I went off and I ordered my first tarot deck, and I'm like, shit, I'm about to see what's going on. Like I kept being drawn to it, so. I mean, I'm grown. That was kind of like. I can't get a woman no more. Like, you're not coming to her house. And I don't know. Like it was like I don't know. Like it was calling me. So I'm like, I want to see. And the first few cards I flipped, I ain't gonna lie, they scared the shit out of me because the death card came out. It was like a scary movie type shit.
Like, oh no, wait a minute.
Right, I was like, I want to go back. No.
Like, okay, I'm sorry. Shit. Okay, this is how it's gonna end.
Right, I'm like, wait a minute.
I don't want to press go.
But what happened was, the death card actually represents transformation, transitioning. Okay. And I was stepping into my calling. Like, it was that and the temperance card, which stands for balance. Like, I was coming into who I was supposed to be. Like, that's what it was. And I knew what it meant. And I didn't study not one card or nothing. So I'm like, who would just connect with 78 cards? Like, who just would and didn't understand? Like, it was just it came natural to me. So after I realized that, I'm like, I don't know, this feels right to me. I feel fulfilled. It wasn't nothing she really can say. We battled, I ain't gonna lie. But she got an understanding with me though. So. That's good.
So you guys are in a good space.
Yeah, for sure.
Talk to your mommy.
That's my right hand.
Okay, so y'all see how two people can believe in two different things and still peace and harmonize and love one another. That's how the world should be. I think people should stop arguing over what people believe in. Okay?
Exactly.
So we already kind of talked about earlier. You were talking about different tools. The tarot cards are tools. The Bibles are tools. So this question. Of course, crystals are a tool. What would you say to somebody who thinks that a spiritual person worships crystals and the devil because they like crystals? A lot of people say like, oh, crystals don't have any meaning or they don't, what is a rock gonna do? That's their favorite line. Like, what's a rock gonna do?
Right.
I'm gonna let you explain because I didn't see what Crystal did because Crystal, I'm missing my baby. She was on my chest. So, what would you tell people?
So crystals, it definitely is a connection there. There's definitely something there. I used to have a shop and I sold crystals, and I used to have people come in because people didn't want to believe in what I did. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna do y'all one better. I would allow people to come in. I would give them a reading, and then I would allow them to go ahead and pick a crystal. Mm-hmm. We would look the crystal up without me knowing, because there's so many of them, without the person knowing, and it would have everything to do with what I said in the reading. Basically, you picked that crystal out by yourself. Your inner self told you what it was that you needed. And it was exactly, yeah. So it had nothing to do with me. It was her inner self, her soul. Like, this is what you need. You're having financial issues. So I'm going to get you a financial crystal. You need protection from certain things and people. So here you got a black onyx. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It was never me putting nothing off on nobody. I don't have to sell it. It sold itself. Like, they was coming in picking their own stuff. And then that even intrigued people. So they're like, yeah, let me come see. So I got to see it over and over again. Like, and yeah, so it's not just it ain't just no, yeah. No, it definitely is a tool, but it definitely is real. Like, you carry things around you. I didn't know so many people that told me that they had crystals, just like you said, and then experience certain things, and you like, what the heck? I had this on me when it happened. Like, I can't believe I got through that. So, yeah.
It's crazy because that crystal wanted to leave me more than one time when I thought back about it. And I'm like, why you get your ass in here? Like, stay in the cage.
So when your crystal leave you or disappear, is because you no longer need it. You have obtained the energy of what you needed out of that crystal. So
and I believe that because that crystal kept getting lighter and lighter because it started off green, like greenish blue. And it had gold in it. What I wanted at the time, what I was going for. And slowly but surely, like, it was like, even when I charged it in the sun and the moon and stuff, like, it was very vibrant still. But like before the last, like when I put it on the last time, and I didn't know it was gonna be the last time, I could see, like, okay.
Why you say it like that?
Cause girl, that was a traumatic damn experience. Okay, listen.
Last.
Man, okay, so I just want to get into some juicy stuff. You've definitely been giving me a lot of the tea. A lot of this stuff is in her book, you guys. She talks about angel numbers. That is in her book. She talked about crystals. That is in her book as well. It's a lot of other good, juicy stuff in her book. Touching on her and her mother's relationship. That's in her book as well. It's some tea in there about her, too. We're going to get into that smoke, too.
Lord, wait a minute.
I do want to ask, though, because a lot of people do associate people who are spiritual, who do use tart and different things like that with spell work and voodoo and evil. Do you do spell work? That's the first question. So this is a two-part question. I'm going to ask you that part first. Do you do spell work?
Everybody do spell work.
Explain.
Your words is spell. You know, they even in all different of the religions, it's said in different ways. But what you speak out your mouth is a spell. That's why when you was in school and they be like, spell this, like it is a spell. But I used to always be like, the first spell my mama taught me was when somebody was messing with me, it bounces off you and it bounces off me and stick to you. Yeah, like
return to sender.
Yes, like definitely a spell. Like a lot of us, yeah. So yes, I do. But I don't practice no crazy shit because I know karma is real. I would never do anything intentionally towards somebody. Like, I do spell work as in helping me be more confident or helping me be more focused or attracting money, of course, you know.
Yeah.
So it'd be like that. It's nothing crazy.
Okay, so you already answered part 2. I was gonna ask you do good or bad. No, you good. You good. That helps. You know, do you do good or bad spell work? So of course you do good footwork and no bad intentions. Because, like you say, what you put out there,
it definitely come back to you.
What you will receive. Karma don't miss. It don't fuck how old that shit was.
It will hit your ass.
The shit you did, the shit you forgot, is the shit karma be like, nah, bitch.
Right.
Remember this happened. What advice would you give to someone who is feeling lost?
Once again, I feel like it's a need for you to sit with yourself. It's so much stuff that we have that's distractions from being on the internet, looking at these people and how they are and want your body to be a certain way, want your hair to be a certain way. Like, it's a lot of distractions, like, and we all are guilty of it, but we indulge to the point where sometimes we don't never take time and just be one with us.
Yeah.
So it's always a need to go back and ground yourself. It's always a need for you to sit with yourself and see what it is that you're missing, where you feel unfulfilled at, where you feel fulfilled at, what you feel like what makes you happy. You know what I'm saying? Especially, when you a parent and stuff like that. You just got so much going on. So yeah, like, it's always go back to like sitting with yourself, like being one with you.
So we're just gonna get into a few questions for the book before we take a quick commercial break. I do want to thank everybody for joining in. I want to thank y'all so much for watching. Thank you, Candice, for coming and talking about your book. Mm-hmm. Make sure you order her book. It's definitely on Amazon. The Secrets of Spirituality. Make sure you order it now. Get your copy off Amazon. Or, like she said, hit her up directly so you can get it. What's your social media handles? How can they reach you or find you?
So Candice Hamilton on Facebook, Queen Gemini 1111 TikTok, and also YouTube, and Instagram.
Thank you. Make sure y'all get her book, order it, and I just want to say thank you so much to La Rock Film Studio for having us and let us have this amazing space. I definitely been putting them to work tonight, but I
did your one too.
I appreciate it. Like, I genuinely appreciate it, and I'm so happy. So, one question before we take a quick commercial break. In your book, you spill some tea about yourself. You basically let it be known that you was in a relationship with somebody. And you basically talked to his friend. You was like a homie smasher.
I definitely did.
Oh my God.
I definitely did.
Now, don't judge y'all, because a lot of y'all done smashed the homies.
Please don't judge.
With an S, though. I mean,
right.
Did you feel bad? And that person that you was creeping with was an Aquarius. Do you feel bad for talking to the Aquarius, knowing that was your boyfriend's friend?
I felt bad at first, but now, no. No.
Why not now? No, like, what?
It's because, like, I feel like back then I couldn't see how people played in my face, and I feel like everything happened for a reason. And that Aquarius, like, he was the life of the party. It was like a roller coaster ride. So no, I don't.
I regret that shit.
I regret it.
Okay, so really, she'll regret it. So, did you receive karma for that though? Because we did talk about karma tonight. Shit. Did you receive karma from that situation?
Did I? Yes, I did. That shit circled the fuck back. Same fucking scenario on my behalf. Like, so yeah, I did.
So what, like, your person that you was dealing with messed with your friend?
So it was more like I was in dealings with someone, and I was in hair school, and I met someone at hair school, brought that person back, they was getting their hair done by me, and then next thing I know, she was dating my man.
Damn, like, bitch. Right. But you did some fuck. Did you
I did.
know in that instinct that was your karma?
No.
Or did you be like, this dirty bitch?
I was on some trash. I wanted to beat her ass. I ain't even gonna lie. But it took me later on, like, going through a spiritual growth, and I realized, like, oh damn, like, damn. No. Damn, I did it first. Like, yeah, you got that shit back, and we ran it back because you need to learn this lesson. That wasn't right. And I'm like, okay, all right, take that.
Take that. Huh? So, yeah. In your book, since we're talking about your book, I'm gonna just keep on going. Since you talked about in your book, you talked about a time where you were actually going through a financial situation, to the point where you and your children, once you did become a mother, you were homeless.
I was. Yep.
Why didn't you reach out to your family and ask for help, or did you reach out to your family and ask for help during that time of need?
So I did. So I know I could have always called on my mom, but I got this thing about me, like my pride used to stop me from being blessed. My pride used to stop me from being able to receive the help I could receive during the times that I was going through things. And that's what held me back from asking anybody for anything. And I was embarrassed, and I was kind of like ashamed, like, damn, how you let yourself get to this point? You got 2 kids, like. But the older I got, I realized, like, man, everybody go through something. Like, I wasn't the only one that was ever put in that position. Yeah. And definitely doing what I do, I came across a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, that was put in that position. So it was definitely my pride for sure, and me being scared of being embarrassed from what I was experiencing. Because my mama would definitely help me. She'd be like, get your hands in here, and I just would have had to follow her rules, but you know.
Like, you bring up black eyes.
Right. Come on.
Yeah, so.
But no.
So to anybody that's out there, know that you are being loved by people. I know a lot of people feel like when they're going through those difficult times, you can't call on nobody. You don't have nobody to call on. But that's not true. Like, you definitely got people who love you and who will be there for you. Now, I ain't telling you to go tell 20 people your business.
Right.
But
for sure.
Like, think of at least 3 to 4, 5 if you lucky. People, if you know, like right now, like if I ain't had nowhere to go, like flat out, like they'd be like, bitch, I don't even care. You and your kids
could come. Right.
Even if it's on the couch.
Exactly.
You know, because it happens like that. You know, everybody need help. Need help. Life is not easy. Like, you know, everybody goes through trials and tribulations. But I think the fact that people be so ashamed and, like you said, embarrassed. Yeah. Like you said, how the fuck did I get here? Right. And that's what everybody else gonna be wondering too. Like, girl, what was you doing? Right. But it is certain people out there who will help you without judgment and who will be there for you. You mentioned earlier that you were in a car crash. Right. I read in your book that you got hit not once, girl, but twice. Yeah. By a semi truck twice. Yeah. Got hit by a semi truck twice.
Yes. So I spoke about how I did my first like candle magic. I didn't know what the hell I was doing. But I'm not gonna go into too much detail. You can read it in a book, but I did some, you know, candle magic far as wanting to bring something towards me, and I asked for it, and they said, be careful what you ask for, and that shit is real. Be careful what you ask for. I believe that because my intentions was pure, it wasn't nothing too crazy, but it is kind of crazy. But I ended up, and it was so crazy because I was on my way to court that day. And I kept trying to pull a card to see how court was gonna go for me, and they kept saying the Tower card, and the Tower card represents unexpected change, like something not being completed, something not going, like it's unexpected, like. And sure enough, it was unexpected. I was smacked by a dang on semi right in front of the dang on police station. Like, it was rushed to the hospital from the scene, and yes, of course, it was his fault. So like, I was able to get something that I wanted coming to me, but the way it came was crazy. Like, it taught me about praising material things. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then the second time, I was on the expressway, and I don't know if he dozed off or what. The whole semi just came over, and I was in a small car, and he dragged me. Like, literally dragged me for some miles before the car actually released. He didn't even know that I was stuck to the car when he hit me. God. And I was so terrified. And he kept going when he realized it, like he just kept going. He did not even want to stop. I chased him down, had 911 phone and everything. Like
he was about to do a hit.
Yes, and I had to get. I chased him till I got his license plate. Wow. They like, stop chasing him. I'm like, no.
He just trying to kill me.
Right.
Pull up.
So of course he was also at fault for the accident. So yeah, like I asked for money and it came, but it came in the most craziest way. Like,
wow.
Yeah. So
thank you God for
right.
Still allowing you to be here, because them is traumatic experience.
Definitely is. I be on the expressway now. I be like,
okay, like I don't even want to ride past one of y'all motherfuckers.
Let me buy.
So you definitely, you already letting me know you are a spiritual person. With spiritual people, normally they are interested in zodiac signs, of course. Miss Queen Gemini. What is the best zodiac sign you've ever dated?
Ooh.
The best, like who's the best?
Damn. I'm gonna say Taurus. Like the Taurus like actually show it. It's so crazy because I feel like it was the craziest and it was the best. I don't even know how that's possible, but it was. But that person definitely taught me how to be more confident. Like swear, like he was consistent with the way that he loved on me. I didn't even know I like cuddles, and I found that out dealing with that Taurus. He taught me how to be consistent and believe in myself, like change my mind frame, and all of that was important to me. And he was like spiritual too. So to be able to connect with somebody, you know what I'm saying? Because it ain't every day I run across somebody that understand like I understand, and he was able to do that. So yeah, I say Taurus.
Okay. And you say he, because I was definitely going to ask that next. I was going to say Taurus, male or female? Because the signs be different. So the next thing I got for you, if your birthday coming up, take a shot. Take a sip in that matter.
Oh, Jesus. So, okay.
We want to give a very, 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 very special happy birthday to you, Miss Candice. Her birthday is coming up. It's actually, June 5th?
Tomorrow.
So, it's coming. And I wish you many birthdays, many blessings.
Thank you.
And may God bring you everything you desire. Because you truly deserve it.
I need it.
Okay, look, what they say, blessings.
Blessings. Rain down on me.
Okay, please let it rain. Look, thunderstorm my business.
Man.
When you've been through some stuff, one day come, you be like, just give it all to me.
For sure.
In your book, you talk about family and things like that. Does it bother you that growing up you did not fit in with your family?
Yeah. So it definitely bothered me when I was younger. But like I said, that spiritual growth make you understand things a little bit differently.
Yeah.
And it's like, you is who you is, and I can't change that. Only thing I could change is myself, So, and the separation had to happen. Like I was always like that black sheep. I always kind of like stood out. I always was different. I knew, what I'm saying, what it was going to be for real. Like, but it kind of go hand in hand. My mom was the same way too. Yeah. I feel like that was like a handy down or something when it came to us, like, as far as her. Like, is this the same with my sisters? I feel. But yeah, it being the oddball, I don't know, it come with its perks. So, I believe everybody that's a black sheep, they be like, yup, but it shines. I shine. Like, like, I stand out.
Period. Definitely stand out. How did you learn, because this goes hand in hand with that, how did you learn to let go of people, places, and things that no longer served you? Especially when it was people, places, and things that you love or that you wanted, to grow with you and go to that next level?
The learning was the hurt on some real shit. It wasn't nothing that I had, like, it was nothing that I mastered where I was like, ooh, boom, I know how to look. No, it was the continuous hurt. And that's how a lot of us learn too, for real. So watching people play in my face over and over again, like people making me feel less than. Yeah, I'm letting go. Like, no, I deserve better than this. I had to learn my worth. Like, so yeah.
How does relationships and zodiac signs, like the lessons, go hand in hand? So you talk about that in your book as well. That's why y'all gotta read the book. It's really, really good. And it's gonna tell y'all about the people because I know y'all be like, oh, he's an Aquarius, he's a Gemini. Don't date Sagittarius being there. This like read the book and they gonna tell you why that person is like that, and you might learn some shit about yourself.
Right. So when you are in dealings, dating, whether it's a parent, a partner, a child, when you have interactions with a certain zodiac sign, there's always a lesson that's attached to it. I'm a Gemini. Gemini's rule communication, technology. So that means communication in every way. Writing a book, talking on a podcast, talking on the internet, because the internet go hand in hand with ruler of Gemini. Right. I mean, underneath Gemini. So that would be how I would teach people in a relationship. Like, I got a lot of people that come to me and they got that mouth, and I shut it up. Like, let me teach you how to be quiet and listen with your ears. I get a lot of people come to me like, I know how to communicate. No, you don't. Part of communication is listening, and you don't ever want to listen. You want to over talk everybody. So yeah, so Geminis, they teach people lessons in relationship as far as communication. You're a Sagittarius, they teach people about seeing things from different perspectives. They teach people about being loyal and speaking their truth. You know what I'm saying? So I'm a loyal person. For sure. So yeah, depending on what your zodiac sign is, that's how you can tell what you're supposed to teach a person or what a person is supposed to teach you. You can find that out in my book.
So make sure I order her book off of Amazon and get it today. You can get it tonight. Amazon ship next day. Right. Be here by Friday. How can a person find out their life purpose or passion through spirituality?
So with spirituality, for one, like we all got our zodiac signs. Your birth chart actually is more than one zodiac sign. And if you don't know what a birth chart is, it's kind of like a path of your life. Like it's like a map of your life. And in that, it will teach you what you're supposed to be doing, how you're supposed to be making money, how you're supposed to interact with other people. It even explains your love language and how you handle love and what you expect from people from love. But that is what can help you, you know what I'm saying, be able to determine what are you supposed to be doing in this lifetime and what your purpose is even. Okay. You know what I'm saying? And I do birth charts as well.
So, what is a sign that you wouldn't date again or refriend?
Woo. Damn. I'm gonna say my homegirl, she a Capricorn. I fucks with her. But any other Capricorns coming in, I think I'm blocking them. I ain't gonna lie.
Say deny.
And I ain't gonna lie, Cancers too. Like I fucks with people like my family and shit, but like letting another one enter, I don't think so. I ain't
got time for that shit.
No. Not you fucking manipulative and then trying to act like you crying at the same time. Like, girl, no.
Don't even get me started. And I'll be surrounded by cancers, but I fuck with cancers. Right. But it is with certain cancers. You be like, girl, I know you ain't crying about some shit you created.
They rule emotions, so their power is within their emotions, and they can use them bitches to manipulate. Like, but listen, y'all, I'm not coming for nobody because my rising is Cancer, so I know.
She's all speaking from experience.
Listen, but yeah, so yeah.
What advice would you give someone who is afraid to start their spiritual journey?
Divine timing. Like, everything happens at the right time. You can't force something. You got to be ready for that.
Yeah.
Because what you stepping into, like, it ain't no coming back.
It's like that door.
It's like, welcome to Death Row Records. Like, so yeah. So, yeah, you got to be ready for that for sure. So I wouldn't tell nobody to rush into it. And everybody's spiritual experience is going to be different. It's not going to be the same.